Welcome to It Was All a Dream official podcast. I am your host, Ashley Greggins, and we are on episode 11. Now, today's guest is John, and he owns JD Testing. He specialises in intolerance testing. If you have not seen him on your social media, have you been living underneath a rock? Because he has absolutely took his industry by storm. And if you are someone who is suffering and are looking for answers, then this episode will be for you. So I hope you enjoy, guys, and as always, don't forget to subscribe. Hi John, are you okay?
I'm good. How have you been?
I'm good. How are you feeling?
I'm good.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're probably the first one who hasn't said I'm nervous. You're going to front it.
I'll be fine. I've done it before.
Yeah, you're all right. Right, to start the pod, I'd like to just know a little bit about yourself, a little bit of your upbringing, where you're from and stuff, and then we'll get down to the business.
Yeah, originally from Kirby. I lived there all my life and live in Prescott now. So been there for a few years. Coming back in terms of business, I probably started when I was a bit younger. I had a paper round as a kid.
Love it.
Yeah, so I've always been interested in business and everything, and trying to make money and what have you. And yeah, always. I remember I was making £40 a week at that age, and I was like, yeah, just buying stupid stuff, like buying a trampoline, everything. Like I felt like I was minted.
Yeah, boss.
And everything. So I've always been had that desire with business and stuff, like selling little stuff on eBay and all that. So I've always had it in me. Upbringing is just normal.
Where'd you get that from? Is your mum and dad got their own business? Is anyone entrepreneurial?
Don't know. We speak about this all the time. No idea.
Yeah.
No idea. My mum and dad have always been 9-5. They've always been against me doing business.
Yeah,
we all laugh about it now, but they've always been like, no, stick in a secure job and that's it. Don't try anything else. And we had a couple of arguments. Like I wanted to leave my job. I've had 3 businesses. This is my third one. My first one, I was going to leave my job, and me and my dad fell out.
Right.
They didn't want me to, and they've always been against business and stuff.
It's such a big risk, isn't it? It is such a big risk.
Yeah.
I always say my house was like Dragon's Den. My mum and dad have always had their own business, my brothers have. So it was like the opposite. I went to work for someone and my mum and dad were livid. They were like, what do you mean you're going to work for someone else? Yeah. Yeah. So, but it is definitely a risk. So you are a little entrepreneur. What do you love about it?
I don't know.
Freedom.
Yes, it's the freedom. I think I've always had that in me, but I didn't know. I won't mention the company, but one of the big things was I was working for a company for a long, long time. I was doing other businesses as well, but that company, I hated it that much. Okay. That's what made me go into it. You know, I was ringing my mates and everything. I was like, I hated it here.
Yeah.
I hated it. I was like, what? And in the end, I was like, I need to do something about this. And I was coming into, not much, I was coming into a couple of grand. And I was like, right, I don't want to waste this. And like, everyone around me, all my mates are all like ambitious and everything. Not really got their own, they're not working for the company or whatever. One of my mates was like, why don't you start a business? And it's mad because now I've had 3.
Yeah.
But the time I was like, what can I do? And I remember going on business forums.
Gosh.
Because I had no idea what to do. You know, where loads of people go, I don't know what to do. I didn't. And I'm 3 now, but I think as soon as you step in, you start thinking of ideas, your brain starts rewiring, starts changing and stuff. And yeah, I remember business forums, like, what can I
start as a business? But that's it.
Yeah, and I had a lot of people, all of them were saying the same thing. What do you enjoy? What do you enjoy? And yeah, this is my third business, should have been my first, but it didn't.
Yeah, that's it. Because now, obviously, I know your journey, which we're going to get into and stuff. This is exactly what you were supposed to do, wasn't it? But it is so nice. That just reminds me a little bit of that saying where it's something like, tell me your 5 friends and I'll tell you where you'll be in 5 years. You know, like, that has just reminded me.
It's true, though. It's true, like, when you, especially for myself, because like I've had no one around, like all my family and everything against me, so that, well, not against me, it's the wrong word. All my family were against me starting a business, so I needed like my mates around me to be like, and they're all the same as me, so I feel like they're. Yeah,
and you know what? You've absolutely smashed it as well. 3rd time lucky, it definitely was, wasn't it?
3rd time's a charm.
Yeah. Right, so let's get into it then, because if people don't know who you are, they're living underneath a rock because you are on everyone's social media. I literally see your page getting tagged every day.
Yeah,
I send a lot your way as well. But let me know, how did you start it?
The JD Testing? Okay, so my background is like I've done nutrition. I've done the 2 businesses, so I've always had the business background. I've done my nutrition when I was younger. I've done 2 years. Originally, I have to go back from the start. This is a
No,
bit of a long
well,
story, but
no, do it.
yeah, basically I was struggling with near enough every symptom that people come in to see me with, you know, like bloating, you know, anxiety, skin, gut, like literally everything. I was suffering so bad. And the doctors were saying there's nothing wrong with you. I was going in, I'm like, well, I feel like I'm dying here. I want you to tell me I've got something so I can fight it. That's what I wanted them to tell me that.
Yeah.
So I could fight it. And they're saying, oh, no,
And
no.
a reason as well.
And they go, no, it's all in your head. Your bloods are fine. And I'm like, I'm not, this is not fine. And I remember it took me ages to tell someone, told me dad. And my dad was like, have you been taking drugs or anything? I was like, what? Okay, right, I'm not telling anyone this ever again. So then, because I was doing nutrition, trying all different things, I was saying, is it B12 deficiency, is it iron, is it this? I didn't believe the doctors, because every time I ate, I was feeling like I'm going to faint. I was like, this is something to do with food. And yeah, I figured out gluten and caffeine and dairy. Then I've got tons. I've got like about 20 foods, but I was doing them one by one. I was like, right, my skin conditions have gone now. So what, I'm now sleeping like a baby. Now this, no, my symptoms were going bit by bit. Even tinnitus started ringing in me here. And that went.
No, honestly, that is just unbelievable, because there is so many people that will just listen. Look, I'm not, obviously I've worked with doctors and stuff like that, but I do just think unless that doctor specialises in that, then it's textbook. They just learn from textbook. So there's so many people that would have just took that and gone, is this a mental health? Is this something that is in my mind?
Exactly. And I have loads of people coming to me and they say, oh, I've got anxiety. And I'll ask them about it and they go, oh yeah, it's my stomach. I'm like, no, that's not anxiety.
You've actually done that with me.
Oh,
yeah,
the
you've
exact
actually
same.
done that with me. Yeah. I thought I was having like panic attacks and like stuff like that, and it was actually gluten all along.
So that was your big one?
It was gluten.
Yeah,
and it was the only one I didn't want it to be. I was like, please, I'm a lager drinker. Please, I like my lager. But no, massive change.
Yeah, you've made a big change, haven't you?
Yeah, no, it was definitely. So I'm just so glad that it started from your personal journey as well, and just going on from that. What I am interested in is, what is the difference in between the testing? Because that's what, when I'm trying to recommend it to people and they're saying, they're like, well, what is it? Because when you go to a doctor, it's blood tests, isn't it? And then when we come to you, just talk about actually like the steps and what you are actually doing.
Yeah, well, when you go to the doctors, the blood test is a celiac, it's not gluten. It's not a gluten intolerance test. The reason you don't do intolerance testing, there's a reason for it, but they do algae testing. Algae testing has to be bloods. Okay, intolerance is bloods. But saying that, we say that about bloods, and a lot of people say bloods are bad. I have people all the time, and they show me the blood test results because you can get them online. I think they're about £300. You know, that's why a lot of people don't go for them. But even myself will come up 0 for gluten.
Really?
0, I swear. And I was like, because I got one accidentally. I asked for an algae test. Well, got an algae test, and it come back algae and intolerance. Like, okay, this would be interesting. It come up 0 for gluten. Last time I had gluten was throwing up, heartburn, bloating. Straight away, I was like, okay. But I don't really speak about it too much. But yeah, so bloods, is it that accurate anyway? I don't know.
Yeah, it is something that obviously my industry is very similar, and if I speak about on TikTok and stuff, because I am not a doctor and I am not medical, and this is what I do want to make people aware, it's very hard for you to speak about it on the internet because we haven't got that medical degree. So I understand you can't go into it so much.
Of course. Well, for me, you know, the proof's in the pudding. It's results. The one thing I guarantee is results. You know, people are going to doctors and they're not getting the results.
No.
If they were, I wouldn't have a job.
Yeah.
But it says it all, I wouldn't be so busy. I'm fully booked every day for a reason, because most people go to doctors and they'll get these bloods and they'll get all these tests and then they'll come to me.
Yeah. And it's all off, from what I do remember, it's all off the frequency, isn't it? That's what goes.
It's all electronic. And, you know, I do it for a living and it blows my mind how it works. It's amazing, yeah, but it does the job, you know. The reviews speak for themselves. So
no, they absolutely do. They absolutely do. And it is life-changing, because this is something now, obviously with the NHS and everything, you do know people are just looking for a private option now, aren't they? So the fact of the price, which is up to you whether you say it, but when I heard the price of it, I was like, what is it? I think I actually told you to put your prices up when it comes. I'm sure I did.
Yeah, I got told it quite a bit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just building a bit. It's the same with most businesses. I'm not too sure about myself, but like every business I've done it low, and then
of course, introductory.
But yeah, just built. I think a lot of people go wrong by not doing that. But.
Yeah, it is really good. And honestly, even just the reviews, I was looking at your reviews the other day and stuff, because you've had some celebs on as well, haven't you?
Yeah. That's some good ones,
Yeah, you have. We can't wait to do your advert and put them all in.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is so there is, if people are actually like thinking about and they're listening to the pod today and like, do you know what, this is probably what is some of like the indications, what do they feel, and what is like some of the symptoms?
It depends. Like, I get some people come to me and they feel horrendous. It's so clear as day. They're eating in the street on the toilet with everything. They're upset stomach, they're in pain, they're in agony. Really bad psoriasis, rosacea, skin conditions, that type of stuff. And it's clear as day that they've got serious problems. So that to me is very clear. But then you also get people who are, I'm just curious. I go to the gym, I feel okay. Sometimes I can get a little bit tired. Sometimes I can't focus as much. I always say some people, like the first example I give, they're feeling about 50% of what they should be. They should be at 100. And then some people are feeling 90, 95. They're coming, I'm just curious. And then they'll feel better. So for me, if you're 90, 95%, it's not a clear indication, is it? But it's a bit of curiosity. So it's for anyone. Some people just might want to feel a little bit more energetic, the mood's a little bit better, improve the sleep a little bit. And some people it's massive, isn't it?
Yeah. The one that sold it for me is John actually told me that my focus would be laser sharp. And I was like, that is me. I need that. And like, I need to be any more focused. But if someone tells me I'm going to have more focus, I was like, there we go. Yeah.
It's crazy. Almost like I feel great now, but if I have any metal, there's about 2 or 3 if I have them, I cannot string a sentence together.
Yeah.
I'm so bad I can't think straight. Brain fog, if you've ever had it. It's through the roof. So bad.
So what are the testings? So there's gluten, dairy.
So test up for over 70. Wow. It depends. Like, big one's gluten, isn't it? Gluten comes up quite a lot, but it covers so many different symptoms. They're the most common ones that come up are going to be gluten, your dairy, lactose, probably your caffeine. But then saying that, if people come with skin conditions, they aren't coming up much. Your dairy will, but the other one, so it just depends. The majority of people come in for bloating and tiredness and fatigue and things like that. So gluten is a big one for them. Yeah. It can be more stuff, but they're probably the big ones.
Yeah. And then the benefits are just like, because obviously one of the biggest questions that I did hear you talk about that you do get asked is weight loss, because I'm sure people like go on this journey for like, am I going to lose weight?
Yeah. Yeah, it's massive. It's the one thing that should speak about more.
Yeah, well, there you go.
I do get it makes me laugh sometimes. I have some people and they come and you've seen the form. There's a lot of different symptoms that you can tick, and they'll tick below the symptoms and it says, what are you here for? And they've weight loss. Yeah. I'm like, okay, so you're not here to fix all them problems.
Quick fix. Yeah.
They're just here for weight loss. Because 1 to 2 weeks, it's not that you lose fat, it's water retention. I don't speak about it too much because I feel like I should focus more on like the way you feel and your mental and physical state rather than just the way you look. But I always think of it as it's a good bonus. I have people every day come in and go, we might lost a stone, we might lost half a stone, whatever it is. And weight loss it's pretty much guaranteed. Yeah. If you do suffer with bloating, at least.
Yeah, it is. So like I did lose weight, but also it wasn't even about the weight loss with me. What it was for me was the life change, because I will now, there'll be a little bit when I know that gluten. Do you know what I mean? I just know, I go, oh, I'm going to feel like shit all day now. But it was that life change, and now I can call it, and it's so mad because, say for instance, bread, I used to just think everyone felt like crap after bread. I used to just think like that was just bread. That's just what it done to you.
It's just the wheat that's in it, isn't it? But loads of people are saying, like, oh, I bloat off pasta, but everyone does. And I'm like, no, that's not normal. Or like, oh, I feel sick whenever I have this, but that does make you feel sick. No, it doesn't. Yeah. That's not normal. That's because you're intolerant to the wheat. Like a load of people with beer, oh, I can't have beer because I bloat off. And no, it's the exact same with that.
Yeah. The beer was the headaches for me. I'd have like 2 or 3, and then I would be on a night out and I'd have to hold my head. And I used to think it was dehydration. I don't need just water, and it was obviously.
Yeah, it's crazy, but it's something that you don't get taught. Like, I've done nutrition for 2 years. I didn't get taught one thing about intolerances. So I've had mine for that long, over 12 years. So you can imagine how much stuff I've trialed out, and I'm a little bit obsessed with it. That's how I ended up into it. And you don't learn anything from anywhere. Doctors will never tell you, because obviously we'll probably go down that with a little bit further on. But there's a reason why they don't do it. And nutrition, I'm not too sure why they don't teach it in like uni, and it blows my mind. absolutely blows my mind.
Yeah. You know, just like on that, going back to business, it's something that I always say, just like, we are just not meant to be taught loads of things, are they? I'm like obsessed with like finances and stocks and investments and that at the minute. And when I'm like listening and reading these like books and that, I'm like, we're just not meant to know this. Where they just teach us it, like they just purposely don't teach us it.
They don't. I understand like the money they want. Like they don't want everyone like
No.
with compound interest, interest and everything. And then being a bit smart with the money. They sort of like.
Yeah, we're supposed to work.
They need work. I understand it a bit like in school. Like it's just a great workers, isn't it?
Yeah. When people are like listening and like possibly they're thinking about, you know what, this could be me, why would they book in with you, John, and not a doctor?
Well, first of all, it's tough to get a doctor's appointment.
Well,
That's first of all. And even if they do book in with them, and let's just say they go over eczema, you've got two options with eczema. You can try and find out the root cause of the problem, which is me, see what's causing the inflammation in the gut and then exiting through the skin. Unless you've got a certain type of condition that's going to cause inflammation in general. Or you can go to the doctors and they'll go, okay, I've got this steroid cream for you. Use this every day for the rest of your life, once or twice a day. So you've got the two options, and sometimes the cream doesn't work anyway. This is if you do get an appointment, but now there's a lot more awareness. I'd like to think I've brought a lot more awareness, doing this over the past few years, that you don't need to go and, just for example, go and have eczema, steroid cream for eczema or acid reflux capsules. You don't have to have these, just nip it in the bud. And not only will you nip it in the bud and stop having your medication and your cream, but you feel so much better, like yourself, where you've done it. So I think that's the proof's in the pudding, isn't it? A lot of people are getting these results and then they're going, oh, do you know what? I've been feeling great. And like, you're a perfect example. I'm sure you've told a lot of your clients, I've been feeling great. And then they go, do you know what? I've been suffering with this. I'm going to go. And then they tell people. So yeah, I think people are just getting sick of the doctors a little bit. Yeah. And the reason why you can't get this in the doctors, which is what I was mentioning earlier, is because the doctors is a business. Okay. If you go to the doctors over your skin or your gut, anything like that, all them symptoms that you see on the form when you come in to me, there's a cream or a drug for in the chemist, and there's a chemist and the doctors for a reason, because it's a business. They want you to spend money there. Well, not so much the doctors. I don't blame the doctors at all. The doctors do a great job with a lot of things, but in terms of the gut, they don't specialise in the gut. So anything to do with the gut, which is going to be like your eczema and all that type of stuff, there's always a cream or a drug for in the chemist. So they want you to go there. And
that's pharmaceutical companies.
There's too much money involved, and that's where I'm coming in. I want people to come in and see me once, and they don't need to see me again, like yourself.
Yeah. I told you he was disturbing his industry.
It's massive, and that's me being. No, I could be a lot harsh.
Yes, well, no, it makes sense, and it does totally make sense, and also, it is just that thing on, because I always say, like, I'm sure my dad wouldn't mind me saying, but my dad takes a medication to take a medication. He's got diabetes, and then he has to take a stomach ulcer tablet to take it. And it always, obviously, I do medical history forms in here, and most of the time the tablets are just because they're taking tablets. So if you can find a better option, which is an option that is not medication, I know there's so many people, if not everyone, that would, scream to. So that is like a good point, actually, isn't it, really? And of course, as we know, just to get an NHS appointment now, and then you get one, and then they don't even want to speak to you about something like that, because you feel like you're wasting their time, because their appointments are so valuable to people who are actually not well.
Exactly, and they can't help you with the gut anyway, because they don't specialise in the gut. If you go over your nose or your eyes, they'll send you to an eye specialist or a nose specialist. If you go over your gut, you get sent to chemist, and that's the truth. I think I know people are sick of it, because if you were a fly on the wall in my work, you'd find it very interesting. I'd say 70% of people come in, I've been to doctors, I've had bloods, I've had cameras, I've had this. The doctor said, oh, you've got anxiety, you've got IBS. I hear it every single day, and I got told the same over 12 years ago.
Yeah.
So I think it's a massive, massive problem. And yeah, I'm just so happy that I'm in this industry now where I can help people.
Yeah, you definitely found your calling, didn't you? It was definitely. I always believe you'd end up doing what you were supposed to do.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you have to have all them intolerances to go through it.
I say it's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah,
because my diet is very restricted. I can't eat much. to be fair, but the good side is I can help a lot of other people, and I enjoy my job. I don't feel like I work a day in my life. So, and obviously, having that many intolerances, that many symptoms, I pretty much cover everything. So if anyone comes in with a certain problem, I usually know it like the back of my hand.
Yeah.
90% of them.
Yeah. You know what I've just thought about is because when I turned 30, I suffered with adult acne. Just come on me out of nowhere, probably because I was eating gluten, now that I know that. But it just come on me out of nowhere. And the one thing, I am so relatable to my patients now. When they come in, it's not even that I know out of the textbook what happens. I know how they feel. I know it's took them 2 months to phone me because they're in denial. And it's a bit like that with you, isn't it? Like, you're so relatable.
100%. A lot of people come in. I always say this, like, if you go to a PT, you want to go to someone who's in shape, knows the stuff, who's been there, done it, rather than someone just read a book. Same with myself. People are coming and they're coming over the skin. I'm like, well, yeah, I've got 2 skin conditions. I know all about it. And you listen to someone like that. A big one is caffeine. Did you come up with caffeine?
No, I was all right with the caffeine.
Okay, you were lucky. You're lucky. So I think it's very hard for someone to tell someone, oh, you have 8 cups of coffee a day. I need you to cut this out. But if someone says to you, listen, I used to have 7 coffees a day. This changed my life this much. Trust me, I know it's going to be hard, but I've been there, done it. This, you need to do this. Trust me.
Yeah.
You're going to listen to that person a lot more. So not even just people coming in, but like, it's not. I don't want people to just come in and then walk out, and that's it. I want people to walk out and give it 100%. Because as soon as they do it, they won't go back.
Oh no, I 100% know that. I went on like strict for like 6 weeks, like really put it in, and I was like, I'm going to give myself 6 weeks, see how I feel. And honestly, like, I have not looked back from it. I've just been like, it just answered so many questions that I used to just think, maybe just sometimes you feel like shit. No, you don't. Like, you should not be crashing at 3 p.m. I'm a busy woman. I need to be able to have energy till like 9 p.m. at night.
Yeah, exactly. Like most people listening to this, I'd say like 80% of people come dinner time at the work, they're going to have the food and then they're going to start feeling sleepy. Basically, all your energy is in your gut because your gut has to work so much harder to break it down. And people go, oh, that's normal. You'd have that little afternoon crash. It's not normal. Or they'll have the tea, sorry, and then they have a food coma and they're just, oh, do you know what, I'm just going to go and lie on the couch now.
Yeah, nuts.
And I know this is relatable to
You literally
so many
hear
people.
it every day, food coma.
Yeah, and it's not like I work till like 7 there enough every night to go to the gym most nights, and I don't have any crash ever. And when I'm going to the gym, I'm full of energy every day.
Talk to me about the coffee then, because we're programmed and we believe that if we've got no energy or we feel a little bit down, I do it all the time. I will go for so the energy is coming from other sources.
Yeah, so a lot of it with coffee, and I see it constantly. It's all in your head, massively. The majority of people that come up with coffee, and I look at the form after it. I do it on purpose. Have a little look, and they tick off tiredness. And when I say to them, I go, do you feel tired every day? And they're like, I'm always tired. And I go, okay, so you're having coffee all the time? They're like, yeah, but I need me coffee to function. I'm like, but you're telling me you're tired, you're knackered. It's supposed to give you energy. I think it's all in your head. Like a lot of people, they tell themselves, no, I need this coffee, I need it. And then in reality, it's not even giving them energy anyway. It's fake energy for one. But the reason why people are having these coffees, because let's just say gluten or banana, let's just say banana. So people have a banana every day for the breakfast. If you're intolerant to a banana, your gut has to work a lot harder to break that banana down. And that'll make you go, oh, right, I'm sleepy, I need a coffee now. And then you go and have a coffee, and then you get side effects from the coffee. Sometimes you can't sleep from it. That's a very common one. They can't sleep, and then you wake up in the morning and they feel asleep, and you go, right, I need another coffee now.
Yeah.
So it's a vicious cycle. Once you've cut it out, it takes about 3 days cutting out caffeine, and you don't care.
Really?
And that's come from someone who used to have 7 a day. I used to have Rebels, pre-workouts, the full lot.
Oh, right. So you're none of that now, no.
Always full of energy all the time.
Yeah. Gut health is like the biggest thing that I see now on TikTok. Like, I'm not joking. Every single person is having these green drinks and they're healing the gut and they're doing the whole. Just speak to me about, because like for someone like me, I just think it's like a trend. And that, what are we doing? How do we heal our gut? What is this gut health?
It's got to be natural. I see a loads of like supplements and all kinds of. Apart, the one thing I will say, probiotics. I do probiotics are good. But you can have all the probiotics in the world. If you're having your intolerances, it's trying to counteract the problem. So it's not fixing the problem. It's similar to the doctors, So for me, 100%, you need to cut out your intolerances. But you're going to see all that now. Gut health is massive. People start to understand it now, aren't they? That, yeah, people are bloated, they're tired, everything, and people are starting to understand that additionally. But because a lot of people got an inkling, because a lot of people do come in and they'll say the same thing. I'm feeling tired. I'm feeling like this. I'm feeling like that. And I think it's what I'm eating. They sort of feel it. You know, for me, my instinct was I remember the meal I had. So I had a half chicken, chips and gravy. So the chicken was cooked in the same fryer as gluten. I can't have potatoes, so it was all them chips. The gravy is full of wheat as well. Uh,
It's a killer, the gravy.
So yeah, it's all them. I didn't know potatoes at the time, but potatoes was a big one, and I felt dizzy, like I was going to faint after it. And I was like, this is when I was like 17, and I googled it, like feeling faint and dizzy after eating, and it said you got high blood pressure. I was like, there's no way I've got high blood pressure. I'm 17. I was like, there's no way. So yeah, that was my first inkling. Like, this is going to be my food, I think.
Yeah, thank God that you went on that journey and you went
Yeah.
like through it. There must have been something like you must be like a little bit of like not a rebel, it's not the right word, but to actually just be like, no, I know something's going on. I'm gonna sort this out myself. Quite determined.
Yeah, I don't know what was in me. Like, I don't know, because, you know, you brought up to think, like, I'm saying a lot about the doctors here, but it's the truth.
Yeah,
It's the
no,
truth, and yeah. So you brought up, like, if you got a problem, you go to doctors. If you got this, you go to doctors. But every time you go to doctors, you get a tablet or a cream or whatever. So I think it just started as soon as I figured out one thing. The first one was, I know we've spoken about gluten a lot, but I've got a lot. I've got over 20 foods I can have. But gluten was the first one, and when I was trialing different things out all the time, the way I found it, I don't think I've told you this. I was just thinking B12, iron, that type of stuff, and I come across gluten, didn't even know what it was, and I was studying nutrition. They don't teach you any of that,
wow.
okay? And it said it's wheat, barley, rye, and I was like, wheat, okay, what's wheat in? Didn't even think too much of it. And then I had a bowl of Weetabix a couple of days later, and I got heart palpitations after it, and I thought, Weetabix. I was like, I wonder if it's that, just out of curiosity. Cut it off for 2 days, and I had a bowl of granola. The granola's yeah, she needs to get gluten-free granola. I started getting heart palpitations and blurred vision, and I went and I googled it, and I went, wow, I've cracked one. So that was it. And when I cracked that, then I went on to all the others. But yeah, I don't know. It's a long time ago, but yeah, I was really determined, and I don't know what was in me. I must have just knew.
Yeah. This week's episode is sponsored by Cosmetology with Elegance. Affordable skincare, high-end ingredients. We'll link the website below. Let's get back to the episode. If I was to ask you what a personal strength of yours would be, what would you say? What's a personal strength?
On the spot. Okay.
Yeah.
Personal strength. Nice. I think I'm just like a nice, calm person.
Yeah.
Whether that's a strength or not.
No, it definitely is.
I think the way I'm taking that question is what do I like about myself, like my attributes, like and that. Yeah, I'm just like friendly, outgoing, get on with anyone. That's probably the biggest strength. I can say that.
No, but you know what? Why? Is because I didn't want to, but it's because you've gone into this business and you are helping so many people. So I kind of knew it was going to be some. Obviously, I thought straight away he's determined. No 17-year-old is Googling as much as you because they've gone. But also, I just thought, you know what? He's really gone into this and he must really care about people. It's not a money-making scheme for you.
No, I love it, you know, and you laugh sometimes because I can sort of tell when you've done this job for a long time, you can sort of see if someone's going to stick with it or not. Yeah, and a couple of times I've not been arguing with people, that's too far, but, you know, a couple of times I've seen just caffeine's the big one for me. I know a lot of people are like, yeah, I'll give it a go. And I can just see it in their eyes, they're not. And I don't just go, okay, see you later. I'm not all about that, you know. So sometimes I'm very pushy, especially with caffeine, because I know that's one of the ones that people struggle to cut out. But I'm like, listen, you really need to cut this out. This is going to do X, Y, Z. This has happened to me. It's going to change your life. Whether they do well, that's a different story.
Yeah,
but I do like to think, just by me being a little bit more pushy, maybe then 50% of them people that wouldn't have done the caffeine will do it.
Yeah.
But that's the way you can only help someone so much if they can't help themselves.
Yeah. You do care, don't you?
Like
yeah.
I'm obsessed with it. Like best part of the job is where you get a message. Like if you see someone with pays the reviews, you know, like kids with X-Men, that type of stuff, and the best part of the job to me is when a mum says, "Oh, you've changed my little boy's life," or "You know what, I've lost 2 stone," and what.
You know what? I've not even thought about kids. I've not even thought about that because it is so big, isn't it now? And like, it must be so frustrating for parents to try and find out. And now you are the answer. You literally take them, you get to test them.
Yeah, I see it every day. Like, if I'm showing my phone now, my messages are through the roof, but a lot of them are like, oh yeah, my little boy keeps throwing up every day. He's been in gastro, he's been here last 2 years, and I'm like, it blows my mind. The one thing I will say, I've been saying about like going to doctors, business, that type of stuff, like, I feel like they should at least do this type of testing for like maybe under sevens, something like, at least it's just out of being moral, but that's my opinion. At least at a minimum, but they don't. And
you think every child should get it, or you just think
it's so wrong? When a kid's coming in, I had the kid yesterday being sick for years. He's in agony all the time, off school all the time. Of course, there's no cure to stop what's causing it, but they should do this type of stuff for kids like that at least. I'm not saying it's right that adults don't get it, by the way.
No, of course, but it makes sense, doesn't it? Because if you pick them, because it all comes down to then habits, isn't it? Because that's what it is. That's what I always think, like, especially caffeine and stuff like that. That's just a habit, and so if you was to nip it in the bud straight away when they was children, then they would grow up into adults that just knew not to have it.
Of course, yeah. Could you imagine being a kid and like throwing up all the time, constantly? I used to hate throwing up as a kid.
Yeah.
Like now it's not a big deal now, but like as a kid, I hate to imagine every kid eat you throwing up. It's not nice.
No.
So they should at least do that type of testing for that. But instead, it's.
Is there any age restriction on the test, and what is the age?
For me, there's no the only restriction on the test is me being able to do the test itself. So it's not like if you want to can't do it. It's impossible because you have to hold on to the machine and you have to grip it. And obviously, 1 year old, it ain't going to be possible.
No.
So age 4 plus, I usually say, but I have done 3-year-olds, done 1 2-year-old who was good as gold, but it depends on the behaviour. 90% of
the maturity of the child, isn't it?
Yeah, 95% of 2-year-olds ain't going to be able to do that. A couple of 3-year-olds depending on behaviour, but yeah, that's one thing I wish I could do more, because it's heartbreaking when I get a message. My son's 18 months and he's full of eczema or whatever. I'm like, I wish I could help him, but I can't.
Yeah. What is this thing then? Because I heard it a lot where you change every 7 years. I hear this quite a bit. Is this just a lie?
Your body's always changing. Whether it's every 7 years or not. They say every 7 years your body changes, and intolerance can come, they can go. I've been waiting 12 years for mine to go.
Okay.
And they haven't, but everyone's body does change. The one thing I will say about myself, a couple of years ago, I couldn't have bananas, but now I'm not bad with them. Red wine, I used to be, about a year ago, I weren't too bad with it, and now I'm horrendous with it. So your body does change. That's not 7 years. That's shorter. But yeah, I think once you've done the test, give it a year, give it however long you want, and just do a ladder and reintroduce it a little bit each one. You don't need to come back in just to see if it's reintroduce banana, have a little bite, and then you're going to know pretty much straight away.
Yeah, they're going to see it straight away. So back onto like the business side now, because I feel like we've covered everything to use. You feel like we've covered everything.
Covered a lot,
Obviously, all as socials and everything are going to be on there for you to be able to contact, because I think you're going to be, it's already busy, but I think you're going to be busy because I think there is still so many people. YouTube opens up just a whole other aspect because some people don't have Instagram and stuff like that. So I do hope you get like loads of business from this because it is life changing for people.
100%, yeah.
It is. So back to business.
Okay,
so what are your plans? Have we got any future plans? What are we doing? Where do you see JD Testing going?
Yeah, I see it going huge now. Massive, yeah. So I've got it to a point now where I've only got one pair of hands, and I've been fully booked for a long time. It's only getting busier and busier and busier. So, my plan is to expand into other locations. I'm going to have a couple of us in Liverpool, over the water, and one in Manchester or Bolton area. That's my short-term plan, maybe like 2-3 years, and who knows after that.
Yeah.
But yeah, carries on. But
God, it definitely will.
But that's the plan. There's just that many people that need this. So like, I need more.
Yeah.
But the thing,
I know the feeling.
The thing is, you need this. You need the knowledge. Without being big-headed,
I was just thinking.
You need the knowledge. Like, as I say, it's a blessing and curse for me. The blessing is I've got all this knowledge through all my experience and everything, and the nutrition and everything. So I'm going to be passing that on to a few people, and then growing the business and helping as many people as possible.
Online courses and stuff like that, I can see you doing, you know, like just to like give them little infos, just little heads up.
Possibly,
even just for your employees, just so that they can, because it is that thing, isn't it, that they do literally need to know. But you will definitely be able to like teach them because it needs to expand. Definitely, I already knew. I've got this thing. The way you said it, I've got this thing where I can see. I always say I'm like a little white witch, and I always like meet people and I think like, yeah, he's gonna be flying, or like, you know what I mean? Like I can see it in people, yeah. And when I actually met you, are you still in the same premises, or have you?
I'll be gone in about 2 weeks.
Oh, nice.
But I'm still there at the moment.
Yeah, well, I was in his first premises, and I remember like I left, and I was like, some business he's got there, you know, like I remember thinking, because that's just the way my brain goes. I was like, he's going to be flying in.
Yeah, I knew it. Like people talk about like manifesting. I don't know if you do it yourself.
Huge.
But I feel like I manifest without realising it. Because every business I've done, like where you've mentioned about the prices put it up and stuff, like you have to. It's business. But I remember my first people I had in there go, how's it this cheap? And I was like, no, it's fine, no problem. But in my head, I was like, oh, I know it's not always good. I've already visioned everything that was going to happen. But to be fair, this is the one business that I visioned. I didn't know it was going to be as big as what it was. I didn't. It blew my expectations. But the other ones that I've done, they were pretty much literally, I knew it. Like everything that happened.
What were the other ones? What's happened to them? You're too busy now?
Or? One was more of a trend. So my first one, I still do it, but I don't really post much on it. It just sells itself and it's worldwide. I've actually brought you one. I should have, but I've got it in the car there. But that was my first business. I would say it's my little baby. But I'll touch on that more in a second because the other one's quite quick. The Cozy Cove, I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's pretty much, it was a trend for about 2 years ago. You know, when COVID came, I had that much free time. I was doing my first business and I was like, right, I've got so much free time now. So I started doing the other business as well. It was, you know, the Snuggies.
Yeah.
So it was the Snuggies, but personalised with your initials, but quite big.
Yeah.
It was good, but there was literally me. I had my mum used to. So my mum was an employee, so she was doing the stitching because she used to work, doing embroidery work. So we were like a little team, but then it was good, like really, really good.
Because they were huge, like I remember them.
They made absolute millions. Snuggie, I didn't make millions, but maybe expanded more people, but we literally were at full capacity, you know, and it done good, but then that was a trend. Trends run out. You know, when it come to a point, I think, you remember, it was like a year or two ago where they started putting eating up, something like that. Around 2 years ago, maybe. As soon as that come out, everywhere started selling them next. And even though they were low quality, so that killed them off a little bit.
Well, you can't buy quality though, so.
No. But then the other one was just a perfume business, a perfume aftershave. I was meant to bring it in to show you, just so you could see how good they are. But yeah, that's one I don't really promote much. It's just, I've had repeat customers for over 5 or 6 years now. Or just people.
You are the little entrepreneur, aren't you? Little Del Boy.
Yeah, everyone calls me Del Boy. Yeah. I've always, I don't know, it's weird because I have 3 businesses, but I was posting on forums, like, what can I do? I always say that to everyone, like anyone listening who's listening to this just for business, go, I know it sounds silly, go and start selling socks, sell anything you want. As soon as you start selling one thing, your brain just changes and starts rewiring, going, do you know what? What about this? What about that? I don't know about if this is probably yourself. You know, you went into the skincare and what have you. But if you don't take that first leap, I remember seeing a YouTube video and saying take the leap. So that's the hardest thing people won't do, and you've just got to do it. If you failed, no problem. Just you'll find something. Your brain just changes. It does. My brain's so different to 6 years ago, like so different.
Yeah. So I was thinking because I am so business minded. Like my dad had me on a market stall when I was 7. I used to sell like 50p stall. So like I had my own. I'd be like, roll up, everything's 50p. So and everyone always says to me like, Ash, where do you get it from? Like how can you just? Well, you can definitely teach yourself it. School of YouTube is absolutely huge. Yeah. Like you can learn anything off YouTube nowadays.
Yeah. You do, but yeah, you think you definitely can. But I feel like you definitely can for anyone. You know, even if you've got no business, or I feel like some people have just got it in them as well. Yeah,
entrepreneurship definitely. I think that you've got to have something about you, and it is that risk taking. That's what it is. You've got to be able to just be like, it's the worst that can happen.
I think the big where we mentioned earlier, like what's your best asset or best skill with business by a mile is I'll take a risk. I've took so many risks. Like I'm taking a massive one now, expanding,
Yeah.
But I'll leave a full-time job that's secure to go and do it. That's just my personality. Same again, it can be a blessing and a curse, but it's worked out. It's worked out well for me, but that's where people won't take a risk, will they?
No, my boyfriend, he's 9 to 5. He's got a job. He's got a very good job and he's secure. He's worked there for years. And I moved in with him and we'd only lived together. I don't even want to say 3 weeks. And I was like, what it is, I'm going to leave my full-time job and I'm going to set a business up. So I mightn't have the rent for like a few months. And he was like, what do you mean? And I was like, yeah, I'm just going to leave and I'm going to set up a full-time. I'm going to like start my own business. And like, I remember him like just looking at me, but he was like, now, like anything she does, it just works. Like it just works. You know what I mean? I just like, because I just won't stop till it hasn't stopped working.
Yeah, we're quite similar, aren't we?
Yeah.
You just won't be defeated, will you? I'm the same. I always say this, like, obviously it's not got to, but if all my businesses went downhill now, I'd find something else. Although I always say that to everyone, but my mum and dad, we all laugh about it now. Because, as I say, I was arguing with my dad. He was like, you're not leaving your job this now. And I'm like, well, I've got the numbers here. This is what I'm doing. And he's like, no, well, could fail, could do it. I'm like, well, yeah, and we were just completely different. But
what was you leaving the job to do? Which business was it?
It was the perfumes.
The perfumes.
Yeah, so they were doing like, I couldn't keep up with them at one point. It was ridiculous. Like, I've not went into it too much, but that was really, really good. And still decent now.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, I don't push it as much or anything now because my main thing is the JD
You're so busy.
I sort of look at that as like my baby.
Yeah.
If I started posting, I wouldn't be able to keep up with the two. I just couldn't. But yeah, the cozies, I remember I got the cozies in and my dad saying to me, he's like, what are these? He put it on, he went, I think you've messed up with this one, And then the next thing, I can't keep up with the mum with that. And with this one, they were all saying the same. My mum was saying, like, you can't leave your job. You've got a job there. Why would you leave and do this? Oh, what if this happens? What if that happens? And my dad was the same. And it's, I know this sounds a bit, for me, one of the proudest moments for me, because I don't know, I've always wanted to, like, not impress my dad, but my dad, I don't know if you're the same, your mum, whatever, but like, my dad's always been the one I've wanted. Like, even when I was playing footy as a kid, I always wanted my dad to, like, back him, and he's never given me for business, ever. And then it come to a point with the testing, because I was, I shouldn't really say this, but I won't say that. There's a reason he's backed me, and he come in to me and he was like, right, you're looking on leaving your job still? And I was like, well, I didn't really want to tell him. Well, I might do, but I had all intentions only. But yeah, he went, I think you do it. I think you go for it. And that was like so, that was one of my proud. Just me dad, because my dad will never. And that was sort of like, it's amazing. I'm not amazing.
No, yeah.
I was like, right, we've done it. Like, job done. And I was like, and then since then, we laugh about it. And he goes, oh, I don't tell him anything to do. I was wrong about that. I was wrong about that. He always says it now. And like, so now I've got.
If you just don't know, you don't know though, do you? Because I was like, and the opportunities weren't about the way we are now. Like my mum and dad, I've just told you, like they've had their own business. Like they go to me. The fact that you can just stand, put a camera on and make money blows our minds. We used to have to knock on doors. We used to have to post flyers. We used to have to put it in like news agents.
It's so easy to make money now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Online, like, But yeah, as I say, like TikTok, I don't really touch TikTok much. I post
yeah, I'm going to push you onto that. You've got to get on that TikTok. You've got to.
I've heard that quite a lot, especially for like the L1.
You're so niche though, aren't you? Do you know what I mean? Your business is so niche that like honestly, the amount of people that would watch their videos just over and over. You'd have to ask permission of the people to actually allow you to put them on, but I don't think it would be a problem. But I swear people would just watch people getting testing. Yeah. And then you get paid for the views.
Yeah, I've wanted to go into more, people telling them about the results, rather than just me posting. I always post just messages and everything like that, screenshots and stuff, but like, I think it'd be nice for people to actually hear from someone who's been in with me. Like this.
I'll do that for you.
When someone goes, oh, do you know what? Like, I felt amazing. I've got some clients who have been literally, like, it's life changing for most people. But some have been like next level, like changed their life completely. So I think some of them I'd like to do a couple of little videos and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just to spread awareness as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
One person sees that, 10 people see that video, they tell 3 people that. That's how it works.
And it is, every time I mention it in here, people take your number or take your page. Like every time, it is something that people go like, oh no, yeah, no, I definitely want to do that. So if people are looking for, where do we find them? Yeah, we got a website, socials, where do we get them? Yeah,
Instagram's the best way. If you go on Instagram,
you're still answering all your DMs.
I struggle. Well, there's two of us.
Okay.
So there's two of us. So I've got my sister working for me. So my sister does pretty much the bookings. So anyone who needs to book in, the reason being is I need to focus on nutrition questions. So someone's asking about ECMO and things like that. So she can't answer them. And there's that many questions and sometimes I've literally got so many messages of a show. And I'm pretty sure you're the exact same. The messages are ridiculous. And to be fair business, so I've already known what it was like. I thought, be busy. This is like another level. So I try and have the bookings separate. So if you do message the page, there's also a WhatsApp number on the page as well. So that's for bookings also. So we can get in touch with the Instagram because sometimes leave it a couple of hours, it's to the bottom. Best way to actually book in is through the WhatsApp. Any nutrition questions, anything like that, message the Instagram, or if you message the WhatsApp, they can forward you to my personal number where I can answer that for you as well.
So you are actually answering questions on it. You don't have to book in for a consultation. If somebody's like, you know what, let me just, instead of wasting his time going, they can like give you a little message and you will just go through a little bit with that.
Of course, yeah. But at the same time, I can only help so much because if someone comes in, I've got skin problems, I can't sit here and go, oh, I want you to cut out this, and this. They might not be intolerant to it. You know, like a lot of people with eczema, if anyone's listening who's got it, like orange is massive.
Oh.
Orange is massive. Me, I'm fine with orange. But if I have red wine or lemons, then both are bad for me.
So citrus, something.
Yeah, but I can't tell everyone, I want you to cut out all these because I'm telling you to cut out too much. So what you want to do, I try and help a lot of people who come into me. So I get like couples coming in, there's a guy and a girl, and the girl's getting tested, and the guy has psoriasis, for example. And here we go, now I've got psoriasis, and I'll ask them some questions, save them coming in. I will help. What do you drink? How much sugar do you have? How much do you have alcohol? Do you have this? Do you have that? And they'll pretty much tell me the diet, and a lot of the time I'd say, well, I want you to cut these 3 things off from your diet and give it a week or 2. And if you've still got it, get booked in. If you haven't, you're fine. Yeah. Not to save them coming in. Like, so I just love helping people. I absolutely love it. Not just nutrition, anything. So if I can help someone, that's like the best feeling for me in any way. Even just with someone struggling, like, you know, I'm down for this or whatever. I'm like that mate. Let's go for some food.
I think you're going to struggle with all these locations because you're going to be the one that wants to do it. You're going to be like, oh, well, can't I just go over to Manchester?
That's the only thing. But you know, you got to hire good people. A massive thing is you want to hire people who've got a little bit of experience and they know what it's like to feel that way. And obviously I can teach them that side of it because you know what it feels like. That makes you want to help them even more. But I will be overtraining people definitely because it's me. You know, it's my duty. It's not just my duty to, but I want to as well. I need them to be perfect.
I always say a good employee will make you money, it won't cost you money. But it's so hard. I mean, I touch gold with Ella. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, she is like my little right arm in here, and we're actually looking for someone else soon. And my nerves are gone. I'm losing sleep over it already because I'm like one bad egg. Yeah. That's it.
Even no matter what, even if someone looks amazing first, you're still like that, aren't you? You know, I've took on a girl now, knows nutrition, everything. She's studying nutrition and stuff, and she seems amazing. So I'm very, very excited about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's getting it into practice and everything. But I'm very confident about her. But everyone else, you know, we'll see how it all goes.
It's the vision, isn't it? You're going to need it. You're going to, like I keep saying, until they invent robots and I can make 10 of me, I'm going to have to like employ, and because I've got that many things right now, what's happening is I've actually got a list of ideas and businesses I still want to set up, but I don't have the time for, and it's so frustrating because I'm like, can't I just find, and they're like, there's not enough hours in the day.
Yeah, no, there literally isn't. It's tough. That's probably the one thing, like business-wise and everything great and stuff like that. But my mental health's always good. I'm always happy. You know, everyone gets like a bit of worry. I don't really worry much, to be fair, but everyone gets a bit of worry and stress and stuff. But you know, having a business, it can become a lot, can't it? You know, it's
overwhelming is the word.
Yeah, that's probably the one thing. I think I deal with it well, considering like a one-man band. It's pretty much like I had three businesses at one point, and I deal with it very well, but even like the strongest minds, sometimes you're like, oh, like you finish work and like, I need a break. I can't go on my phone now. I don't know if you're the same.
Are you good at that? I can't do that. I wish I could do that. That switch off. I'm working on it and I'm trying to get better.
No, but that's what I do stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's what I have in my head. I finish and I'm like, I need to reply to long messages. And I can't.
Yeah.
But then like,
but you've got to, you know. Yeah, you've got to, because you're replying half-hearted. I heard something the other day, and this might help you out because it's helped me. So it said you've got to pick a season. So you've got season. So instead of saying like, I need that. So like my season now, which is probably like from now until I go on holiday in September, is I am in work mode. I'm going to smash it.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to have a little season where, yeah, you're still smashing it, but you're going to give yourself a break. You're going to like not smash as much, not do as many hours. And then and I was like, okay, maybe I can work in seasons instead of trying to just do it all in one day.
Yeah. It's tough because like, I usually do like 9-7 every day. I know Instagram's like, I'm not talking about me testing page, like my personal page. It's fake, isn't it? No one sees me work and no one sees me doing anything. They just see me going on holiday.
Yeah.
But that's the one time I feel like I can fully switch off. So I do like a little trips as often as I can. I don't know about yourself, but if I do a big trip, I get stressed. Because I'm like, I build up a messages, emails and that type of stuff. But little trips, that's the only time I can fully switch off.
Yeah.
But I think I'd probably say to most business owners, if you're busy and everything, it's the same, isn't it?
Yeah, I thrive off it though. I always say that I thrive under pressure. It's my biggest. If everything's going well and everything's calm and everything, I know that I'm not at my full potential because I thrive off that. Like, I need to get that in on me. So like, that's the way it is. But John, I've really enjoyed having you on today.
I have.
And I'm excited about your new premises. I am. Want to give us any plug or anything? Keeping it all quiet.
Yeah. For now, but yeah,
Evil Eye is strong.
I think within the next 6 months I'll have at least one, possibly two. Probably two. I think I'll have another.
Put it out there, put it to the universe, manifest it.
Yeah, I think one, and I'm gonna have another one in Liverpool, and I think over the water. So I think they're gonna be the next 2 locations.
It's more accessible then for people, isn't it?
And then short term and then long term, yeah. But
I think you can manage that as well. Location there and there. It's only across there. You'll be able to jump between the two.
Not too bad, yeah. So for now, that's it. I've got short and long term, but short term, yeah, that's it.
Right, thank you so much for coming on. And I just want to, obviously, we are going to put all the socials on there. Anybody that's listening, I know there's so many people that have been listening that are just wanting to book in. He has told you that he's pretty fully booked, but I know he'll get you in. Yeah. And yeah, I just thank you so much for coming on. I've really enjoyed it.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks for having me on.